Hello everybody out there in the music and vinyl community. This is Mike coming at you again, or Soldier777. And I figured I'd show you a video of some items I got in the mail there this week. It was on Thursday that came in the mail. This is now Saturday morning. And I was going to shoot this, I had a video shot, and I decided to delete it and reshoot it, which actually opened my packages in front of you, or would have opened in front of you. But I figured reshoot it because I left out a thing or two that originally wanted to mention. So let's get right to it. So this package came in from Roxx Productions, Roxx Records, and um, and from Christian Metal Distro, both stores. And here we have the Sacred Warrior Master's Command and Digipack, which came out in 2017. And only paid like probably four something for this American. So I figured I'd get this out CD. I got the original Tints Records pressing of this as well, but this is a remastered version. It came out in 2017. Here at Deliverance River Disturbance, which was re-released under Retroactive Records back in 2018, and Scott Waters did the layout for this, and this is the original cover. I sold the original version I had because this is a better version, and here's the inside part. And this is not my favorite Deliverance album. It's got 2-3 songs that I like, but what I think I'll do, I'll go through this album to give it a more thorough listen. I think I like this much better now than I did previously with the different artwork and layout. For some weird reason, if I buy an album, a newer version of an album that I didn't like the original version of, I know sometimes, and I think it's mentioned before in a previous video, sometimes the artwork, the layout may deter you from liking an album to the way that you normally would. But sometimes I find that if I buy a newer version of an album and I sell the original version, even though I'm not too keen on that album, sometimes the layout and the design may change your initial impression of the album. I'm not sure if you guys find that with certain albums that you may have bought, but I think I'm going to go through this album and give it a thorough listen. I think I might like this album much better than when I originally gave it, when I originally bought the album back when it came out there, or in the mid-late 90s. So, yeah. So here is the Armed for Battle 7-inch single, a 7-inch 3-song record. And this one has Walking in Darkness from Joan the Dead, and What a Joke, and It's the Beat, which is originally two Deliverance tracks. And these versions are performed by Mike Phillips on guitar and bass, Jim Chafin on drums, and Scott Waters on vocals. So yeah, of course, me being a Deliverance fan, I gotta collect everything that they have out. So this is a nice compliment to my Deliverance collection. And Join the Dead was no longer around. I got their EP that came out back in 2013, I believe it was, and had some demo tracks on that one. The EP's had 4 songs. Well, this is another track called Walking in Darkness that they recorded. First, no, they're no longer around anymore. I think they were supposed to put another album, but hopefully they'll get back together again and do something else in the future. And I think Mike Phillips from Deliverance fame is also in that band as well. Join the Dead. So yeah, so I like for him to come up with more material as well. So yeah. Also, I have picked up Saint in the Battle on vinyl. It's white vinyl, and Saint's one of my favorite bands. And this album's got a lot of good tracks on it. It's got like In the Battle, Star Pilot Return. Star Pilot Return is a sequel to the song Star Pilot, which originally appeared on their 1982 Too Late for Living album. And it got the song Here We Are, which is more of a praise song. Sacrifice, which talks about the sacrifice of Christ on the cross. Holy Rolling, Riders, A Choice, Win, Acid Rain, and Full Armor. So yeah, some great tracks on this album. And this really came out in 2004 when they regrouped. And of course, since 2004, they've came out with a lot of great albums since then as well. I think they're working on a new album out now. The founding member, bass player Richard Lynch, is currently in the process of putting a new album. So yeah, there you go. And here's the back of it there as well. So, and originally put it by Retroactive Records, I believe it is. Let me just double check. No, Armor Records. Originally put it under Armor Records. Yeah, this is great. So, also, when a while back there, Scott Waters sent me through VCLT the Deliverance debut, which originally came out in 2017, 2018, 2017, and I also had the 2008 version of that debut as well, Deliverance debut, and so that prompted me to get the record to Deliverance, the subtitle, and this is probably my favorite or one of my favorite Deliverance albums. I do like Weapons of Warfare, What a Joke, and State of Execution, so they're also great albums as well. And of course, there are more recent stuff like Subversicon. But I think this might be my favorite Deliverance album. I mean, not a bad song on this one. It's a phenomenal album. I remember when I first got this album back in, I had taped off. Actually, I had taped off from a tape that was taped off way back in the day, and I just loved the album. I played over and over again on my taped off copy. So therefore, I liked it so much, and I knew they had another album called Weapons of Warfare at the time. So back in 1991, I bought this one, the original pressing, and Weapons on cassette way back in the day, and I think it was the summer of '91. So yeah, so I mean, I played those albums a lot. I mean, these albums just rocked for me, and that was my first, actually probably my only in my collection, even currently, except for a couple of bands like Joan the Dead and one band Recon, which sort of mixed between thrash and speed metal and power metal. But I think Deliverance is was my first introduction to Christian thrash metal, speed metal, because all my other albums I had back at that time. Actually, no, it was Vengeance, Human Sacrifice. I had that cassette back in the day. I no longer have it. But besides those two bands, this is my only this one, Join the Dead currently, and Recon is my only thrashy bands I have in my collection. So yeah, this is an awesome album. It's one of my favorite albums from their Deliverance, and it's on red vinyl as well, which makes it even better. So yeah, here you go. So yeah, so there you have it, folks. That's my that package. Also, I received in the mail a grail that I've been on my want list for years, probably over 2 decades, and went on this person's website, and I looked at all the albums he had out at the time, and this album for some reason eluded me. I could never find it anywhere, and anyway, I finally got it from a deal I had on eBay. The guy originally had a post of around $49.99. I worked him down to about $25 for the album, and the shipping. I think he counter offered me. I put an offer. He counter offered me for $26 with $4 shipping. I suspected it was going to be about $30. He wanted $30 for it, including shipping. So anyway, I made an offer $25, so he did it for $30 for shipping, including shipping. And anyway, so like I said before, this album eluded me for a long time. Could never find it anywhere. And I was a big fan of this person. I would probably buy most of it, most of the stuff if I came across it. And this is no stranger to a lot of you out there. You probably are familiar with this artist. He is a phenomenal singer, guitar player, a great Christian. He is every now and again he'll post different things online, and I'll put a comment. He might put a like there, that kind of thing. Originally from the U.S., well-known singer, songwriter, musician, guitar player primarily. And that kind of thing. So I'm going to show the grail. It's a grail of mine. Now, also, this particular album was not released by the artist under any record company. It was a self-made, manufactured CD from a website called mp3.com, which was no longer around anymore now, I don't think. But back then they made CDs. I think he pressed. I think he put this on that mp3.com format. Where he only wants so many CDs to be pressed. So they provide that service, I guess, as some sort of an online thing. So here, I'm going to show it right now. It's Ken Tamplin, Weird Odds and Ends. Here's the back of it here, that you see here. It's got 15 tracks. None of them are on the Magdalene End of the Age, the demos. There's 6 demos, and six of them are on that album. So basically, there's 9 songs here that's currently I don't have in my collection. And I want to mention the fact that for some weird reason, on tracks 2 and 3, it's called Human Race and Blood, Toil, Sweat, and Tears. But Human Race, I don't think is on the CD. They got Blood, Toil, Sweat, and Tears twice on the CD. So basically, the third track and the second track. Now I listened to it close and I thought maybe he put the same song but different lyrics. So I'm gonna go through the song and I listened to the song with both tracks or the same song twice. Blood, Toil, Sweat, and Tears, and I believe the same song. I'm gonna go through it again. Maybe he might have different lyrics or different versions of the same song. So I'm gonna go through it again. But other than that, I mean, it must be an oversight and an error on the CD. So, but other than that, I'm going to anyway. This great album, sort of rock, hard rock, metal album. Some great tracks on this one. I'm really glad I got this. Like I said, I'm a huge Ken Tamplin fan, and I got pretty much all his albums except for I know he put out a series of cover CDs, probably 5 or 6 volumes of cover CDs, and hymns as well. I believe, and a compilation. I think I may get these albums. I'm not sure, but these are all covers of different artists. I'm more into what stuff he wrote himself or his own stuff, more so his covers. The only cover albums I have from Ken Temple is The Colors of Christmas, which is basically a Christmas album, an acoustic Christmas album. But I got all of his original material albums, except for one called When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth. And I asked Ken Temple, was this an actual album, or is this a working title of an album that came out under a different name? He said, no, this is an actual album he put out. So I know there's at least 6 or 7 songs on that album that I don't have in my collection. I know with some of his albums, there's overlap between songs of his. Some tracks may appear on more than one album, but most songs on that album is original only for that album. So I may try to track that one down as well if that album actually exists. So. But other than that, I have all this stuff in my collection, and like I said, this has been on my Grail want list for years. It originally came out in 1986, and it's been on my want list since I first heard of it back at that point in time, or shortly after that point in time. So yeah, this is called. So again, it's called Ken Tamil Weird Odds and Ends, and not very many people have this album. Usually there is other albums with it, he did with Shout, and it's probably his solo albums like Acts of Grind, Soul Survivor. Self-titled Temple album, We the People, In a Witness Box, and Wake the Nations. These are pretty common albums that you'll see everywhere on eBay and that kind of stuff. They're out there, very common albums, but this is a very rare album. Like I said, it took me 20 years to finally track down this album for a decent price, and I finally got it, which I'm really glad. Anyway, folks, that's all I have right now. You guys have a great day, and all the best, and have a good one. Thanks, bye.